Real quick, if people don't know what a cost segregation study is, you want to explain that one?
Yeah, it's like a cost. Like if you can do it on a burr property, a property you buy turnkey. Because I did it on a turnkey property. Basically, you cost seg the property. They just basically give you what 30 years worth of depreciation in 1 year. Your full, however much that
Yeah,
is.
almost. Yeah, it is almost
Yeah,
because you still get a little bit of depreciation every year afterwards. But
yeah,
the bulk of it you can write off on the first year. But not only that, it's let's just say I don't know. I'm gonna screw up the numbers, but you bought a house for 250 grand. They say 50 of that's land, so you don't write off any of the land, but you can write off 200 grand, right? On a regular, if you're gonna write it off every year, take off your depreciation every year, you could write off 200 grand. What the cost segregation people do, they'll see that house that you bought for 250 grand, and like I said, you can't write off the land, so leave that 50 over there. But that 200 grand part, they'll go in there and they'll count every screw, every piece of wood, every window, every shingle. They'll make that write off from 200 grand to like 300 grand magically, right? So you can write off, it makes it a bigger write off for your taxes. And then you could take it, like I said, the bulk of it up front on year one.
yep,
So it's worth it. It's worth
yeah,
it.
yeah. You can get, and then if you have a W-2, you can offset that with the short-term rental stuff. So it gives you these huge tax breaks, and you get like nice little tax return back, and you can go buy another property, or the cash you got, you don't have to pay taxes with it. You use that to go buy a property.
And that's what's beautiful about it. Because like, let's say
Yeah,
you made 100,000 in profit on your Airbnbs last year, right? Pure
yeah,
profit, and you got to write off $100,000 for a cost segregation study. That shows you made zero income. This is freaking
yeah,
nuts, dude.
straight up.
But rich
So
people have been doing this forever.
straight up, they have. So it's like one of them things that I'm doing, like doing the cost egg, and really beautiful. Look into it. Get you a good CPA, especially if you're doing short term.
Mm. We brought up the World Cup
Ooh,
last